Okay, so now I want to show you how you can create a really simple website audit for your SEO. So you can really get a good idea of where you're starting from and any potential issues you have on your website before you get going. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to this website, SEO or seoptima.com. Here we go, seoptima.com. And it's a free tool that you can use. And it's going to give you a really good overview of your SEO, any issues that you have, and also your website on a whole, the sort of usability and things like that, so other key elements. So you're going to stick it in your URL here, your homepage, and then you can click Analyze. And then you just have to wait a minute. So I'm trying this right now on my main website for my web design company. And last time I ran this, I think I got it about an A, but it does sometimes change over time. And since then, I've done some more adding of content, new pages, and I might not have optimized it quite as well as I should have done. So this is telling me that I have 19 improvements that I need to work on. And last time I think I got an A+ or an A for SEO, but this time I'm getting a B+, so I've got some work I need to do. So with these kind of tools, these free tools, I have to tell you now that not every single aspect of it is going to be correct. You are going to get some parts which don't quite pick up the data that they should. So you might be told, for instance, that one of your headings is missing, and you might actually go to the site and it's not. So that is actually one of the limitations of these free SEO tools that I've found. So first of all, we're going to look at the SEO section. So it's telling me that my SEO is good, and it's going to give me like a little summary of what I might need to do. And we're going to be covering all of this in our course, so we're going to go through this step by step. So it's saying that I've got a title tag on my main homepage. So on my homepage, so that's great. And you can actually put each of your main web pages, the URLs for your different pages, into this one at a time and get a good indication of how each page is doing, but you do have to do it one at a time. So homepage is obviously the best place that you want to start because it's the most important page on your site. So it's saying that my title tag is the right length, that's great. It's saying that I've got a meta description, which is brilliant. We'll go through all of this in the course. And then it's saying that I'm using header tags and that there's the right number of them. And we'll also go through how you do that and how many you should have and what you put inside of these and how you access them too. It's saying that I've got keywords in some of the right places, which is good. And again with this, sometimes it's not going to pick up your actual keywords, so you don't have to worry too much over this. You just need to make sure that you've not got all red crosses in these sections, and that some of the main keywords it's picking up in this orange highlighted section are some that are relevant for your site. And then you want to have a decent amount of content. And the important part for the search engines is textual content. So it has to be text. You can't just have images. And I know a lot of sites do focus on having lots of images on the homepage. And if you do this, you need to make sure you've got lots of text on other pages, and your homepage itself might not rank as well as it should do. So that might not be your best ranking page overall. So you'll need to have your text on other sites in order to really show up. And that's because it's really hard for the search engines to read the content of images and things unless you use special tags within them, which we'll also look at. And here we've got image alt tags. So this is how you mark up an image with what the content of it is in case it doesn't display. And before I had all of these, none of these were missing. They all had some content in it. But as you can see now, I've now got an image on the site which isn't optimized. So I'd go back and I'd do that. It also gives you an overview of how many links you've got. And this is an important thing for SEO, one of the most important criteria of all, because you need to have a decent amount of incoming links that are relevant in order to rank well. And the more competition you have in the industry, the more links that you need that are relevant. and these are really important. You need to have external backlinks, and you need to have it's a good indication of how reputable your website is, the Moz authority, and we'll also talk about that within the rest of the course, because this is a measure of how much authority your site is seen to have as a result of these links that you've got coming into your site. So it's all about the link value, really, of the links that you attract. So these numbers are pretty accurate, I think, from what I've looked at before. It's important that you don't have broken links. So I have got a couple, and you can see which of these are. So I need to go in and fix those. Friendly URLs. So ideally, you want to have URLs that don't have something like .html on the end or lots of random numbers in them. You want them to be descriptive of what the pages are. Now, the software I've used to build my site actually only allows you to have .html on the end, but that's not really a problem. So you don't have to worry too much about this part, as long as your URLs do make sense, really, and it's preferable that you have your keywords in there. Robots.txt. Now, you don't have to have a robots.txt file, but it's a good idea to if you want to have some pages on your site that aren't shown and aren't accessible to everybody who lands on your site. Now, I don't actually have any on my site at the moment that I don't want people to access. So for this reason, it's a bit naughty, but I haven't actually got my robots.txt file. But later in the course, we can go through how you would generate that if you've got some pages that you want to hide access from for random visitors who might stumble onto your site. A sitemap. We'll go through how you generate a sitemap and how you add that to your page. And it is seeing that I have Google Analytics installed. We'll also go through how you set that up, if we haven't already, and how you get that on your site. We'll just quickly look at the other areas because some of these are still important in regards to SEO. So usability is how it displays on mobiles and iPads and other devices like tablets. And it's seeing that things are scaling and fitting to those screen sizes, so that's great. And the fact that things are mobile friendly and scale for different devices and change size and are easy to read is now an important factor for SEO and for appearing in mobile searches. So it's important that you do this. Performance. So this, again, although it's under performance, this is important for SEO again. Page speed and how quickly your pieces of code and your content and also your images and things are loading and how quick your hosting is are fairly important for keeping people on your page and also for ranking. So these green areas are pretty good, so that's all right. But if you fall into the red, then we need to look at how to improve on those and get the speeds back up. So we'll also be covering that and touching on that within the course. And then we've got various different problems here to do with sizes of images and things. And again, we can look at how to fix some of those that are important. Then we get into social media. We don't need to worry too much about this at this stage, but obviously the better your social media is and the more links you have coming through from social, the better your rankings are going to be, or just the amount of links and the amount of visitors you're getting overall are going to be. So social media does have some effect on SEO now, but it's slightly separate. But we'll also look a little bit at what you can do in terms of social media and how that can work with your SEO. And security. Now, I don't have an e-commerce site, so I don't have to worry too much about having things like SSL. So this is a little bit outside of the scope of SEO here. And then the technology results, that's fine as well. We don't need to worry about that. So down the bottom, you get some recommendations. We'll go on the SEO ones. It's saying that I probably want to have a robots text file and that I need to fix broken links. Now, I'd say that's actually quite an urgent thing because especially if some of those broken links are really important, I don't want them to be leading to pages that aren't found. it's really going to spoil the user experience. In this case, luckily they're not. They're pages that I never properly set up, but I think you'll understand when you need to actually check and keep track of if you've got any broken links. And that's one of the important purposes of doing an audit like this, even before you get started or whatever stage you're coming into your SEO at. And then I've got some low priorities as well. So what it hasn't said here is that I need to work on my link building, attracting links to my site. I'd say that that is a fairly high priority for pretty much everybody who's doing SEO and has a website. But because I've got quite a few links coming in already, it's not flagging that up as a problem or something that I need to do. But I would say that that is a recommendation for everybody, is you need to always be attracting more links into your site. So that covers the very quick overview of how to use this easy, free audit tool. The final thing to mention is that you can download this as a PDF. Oh, you actually have to sign up for a free trial or sign up for it to do that. But especially if you're just using this occasionally, you probably need to have an audit for a small site, maybe every 3 months or so, you can do this. But before you do SEO work and also afterwards, you want to run this audit tool, just something simple like this will do. And you want to check that you're actually fixing the problems and flagging up any potential errors. And in the rest of this course, we're going to go a little bit more into detail on how to address some of these main issues that we found in this audit, and how to do a little bit more searching for errors and things on your site, making sure that everything is as good as it needs to be, ready for doing your keyword research and attracting links.